the Oilers, chip away, and then take control in the third. So I expect the same thing in game one, if not more so, because there's going to be a level of urgency, tense, desperation in the building that wasn't there game one, because you go down 0-2 to Edmonton, that's a recipe for disaster when then all of a sudden it becomes you got to win 4 out of the next 5.
All right, I'll be in there early with a cup of coffee looking for you in the press box, and we'll talk to you. The show's going great in the morning. Keep it up, man. Great job.
Thanks, JT. Appreciate you. See you soon.
You got it. Vince Sapienza, Fox 5. No doubt. He's ready to go. He'll cover the game tonight. We're back on YouTube. Wi-Fi's back up. How many times have I apologized for the Wi-Fi here? How many? Am I over 1,000 or? Yeah, altogether 1,000? At least 100. Okay. We're here. We're back up. Back up on Wi-Fi in 2025. We're back up and running. We're going to talk about the police versus firemen game coming up. This is a big deal. Stick around. That's next. Yeah, apologize for the Wi-Fi. I can't control it. You know that by now.
If he's calling at 105, let's do that rap report.
Yep. Yeah, I might need it later, man. We got nothing after him. So, oh, well. Rant. Yeah. Yep.
March 1st, Teeth hit 4 5s, clearing his Gambler's Bonus 4-of-kind bingo card for over $10,000. Teeth hit big and so can you with Gambler's Bonus. It's why you play the game.
All right, thanks for coming back, everybody. Thanks for coming back.
For over 20 years, the experts at LendingStore.com have provided consumers with quick access to lenders and all credit types are welcome. Now, cash just closes your phone and as soon as town. When you need cash, you need it now. So why wait?
All right, how we doing? Only 5 people here. I want like 1,000, so I gotta be a better glasses half full guy today than glasses half empty. Because today's a good day. They've got a new Pope, Pope Leo the 14th. Got my Knicks up 2-0. I'm going to the Golden Knights game tonight. My parents are coming into town, and my kids graduating college in a couple days. So that's a lot to be thankful for. And my new Raider water bottle. If the Raiders play in Berlin, I'd be pretty pumped about that against Indy. I'd actually like to go to Berlin, and I probably won't go to Berlin unless I go to a football game.
Would you like to become an educated sports fan that also knows how to place a bet? How about a library of how to make bets and hot picks of the day? Join me at betmoneyhoney.com.
Hey everyone, it's Joey from Sky Diamonds in Town Square. How you doing? Well, Mother's Day is upon us. Make her day with a beautiful 3-stone ring or a gorgeous Rolex from Sky Diamonds. Today, through Mother's Day, it's 40% off all diamond jewelry and 15% off all Rolexes. And remember, guys, use our 5 years no interest with no money down. Make Mom feel like the most special person in the world. Remember, run to Sky Diamonds in Town Square.
A new headset, the Ashton.
I'm Josh Galindo, owner of Galindo Group of Real Estate. We're not just a real estate company, we're a lifestyle brokerage.
Big Al, where are you from? Because I got a good friend, Big Al, in San Francisco. I don't think that's the same Big Al, is it? Because I can't see the photo there. And I don't wear glasses, but it's too small. Big Al, where are you from? I know where Big D's from. I'm going to do another 15, 20 minutes here. San Antonio, Big Al. Thank you for that. One of my favorite cities, if you've been listening. Love San Antonio. Love the Menger Bar and the Menger Hotel. One of my top 5 bars in the world. We're getting full Pope coverage from the Vatican today. Pope Leo. First American-born Pope. Leo the 14th. 69 years old. You got a pen for a second, Bobby? You got a pen I can borrow? All right, thank you.
You know, all that stuff loaded. I still got the Oklahoma City stuff to it.
Yep, and it should be Steve Grais.
Yep. And we still got about 4 minutes.
Yep.
Yep, I'm ready.
Welcome back to the JT the Brick Show, brought to you by Modelo Especial, the new #1 beer in the U.S.
It's the JT the Brick Show, broadcasting live from the Finley Cadillac Performance Studio. Raiders bring a blitz. He takes it off the middle, and he's wrapped up from behind. Max Crosby. Your silver and black home to sound off for over 25 years. Open at the 35, racing to the 20, 10, touchdown Raiders. And now, here's JT the Brick.
Welcome back, everybody. JT is in Vegas, as always. I'm in studio today with Bobby. We're streaming live on YouTube. The Wi-Fi is back. Yes, we're back. JT the Brick YT is where you can watch the show for free. We have our first American-born Pope, taking the name of Leo the 14th from Chicago. Big day today at the Vatican. I watched all of it. That was my morning. It was fantastic. And spirit is full and loving that. And we got a big rest of the show tomorrow, a typical Friday show lined up. And then I'm off Monday, Tuesday. My son's graduating college out in Tempe, Arizona. I got a graduate, ASU. So he's ready to roll. And my parents are in town, and we're going to do some family stuff here and celebrate. Big celebration for my family. And most important, my parents, who are coming all the way out at 86 and 85 years old to see their final grandchild. They got 7 grandkids, 7 for 7 at graduations, and this is the last one. So my mom and dad are really excited about that. I'll share some stories when I get back. When I get back Wednesday next week, that is schedule release. Schedule release comes that day, and that's going to be a big deal. Right? We know who the Raiders are playing. We don't know the dates. So we'll get that on Wednesday, and then you can act accordingly, buy your plane tickets, figure out what games you're going to go to. That's always a festive show. That's going to carry us Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, which is, it does every year. I squeeze everything I can get out of that schedule release. And we'll be broadcasting next Thursday, a week from today, from Raiders headquarters. And we'll do a schedule release show on the Raiders YouTube channel, which we're excited about that. Steve Grais is going to join us in a moment, the head of the police union for the cops versus firemen game this Saturday. And we're excited about that. So we'll dive into that. Also, I want to get into the Knicks in the NBA playoffs and what we're seeing with that. Very bizarre playoffs. All the road teams are winning. All of them until Oklahoma City last night was able to win a game and get it done. So that's a big-time storyline that I want to get into. And Aaron Rodgers hasn't made a decision yet. Aaron Rodgers hasn't. Ian Rappaport dove into this today. I thought this soundbite would be important as we're still waiting for Aaron Rodgers, and he's making one of the most famous sports franchises in North American sports wait.
You know, every year there are people who grumble about Mike Tomlin, obviously one of the best coaches in the NFL, one of the best coaches in NFL history. And you sort of wonder, like, how is he okay just making the playoffs and then you lose early on and that's that? They are not okay. Mike Tomlin is not okay. Omar Khan is not okay. The Steelers are not okay. And the reason we know this, look at what they did this offseason. Every important piece of their offense, besides Pat Freiermuth, is gone. George Pickens, their top receiver, gone. Najee Harris, starting running back, gone. Russell Wilson and Justin Fields, their 2 quarterbacks in a 2-headed quarterback monster, both gone. Left tackle Dan Moore, gone. The Steelers clearly decided, Mike, this was not good enough. This was not good enough. They wanted to get better. It changed out several key pieces of their personnel and to go about 2025 hoping for better results. Now, we don't know who their quarterback is going to be. Presumably, that would be Aaron Rodgers. That is what they think and believe. But as of this very minute, we don't know if he's going to play for the Steelers or if he's going to retire. Those seem to be the 2 options. You know, they are hoping for it. We have no answer. So if they get that locked in, it'll be a dramatically different offense from last year.
That's amazing that Aaron Rodgers still hasn't made up his mind. It truly is fascinating to me. I'm also fascinated with charity work, and we got a big event. And my longtime friend George Maloof is behind this. Police versus Fire, the charity football game, is this Saturday, May 10th, 2025. The kickoff is at 7 over at Gorman. He's the president of the Metro Police Union. Steve Grais joins us again. Steve, thanks for doing this. Hope you're well.
Oh, I'm very well. How about yourself?
Couldn't be better. This is a great event. Teao Johnson, former tight end for the Raiders, is behind it too. Plus, a lot of people in town love this because we all love the police and we all love the firemen. So people come in here, but this is kind of getting to be a big rivalry game, huh?
Yes, very much so. You know, we're pretty happy that we were able to get this game back going. You know, it was played in the 70s and 80s, and we revived it, and I think it's bigger and better than ever.
What is the practice like in the schedule with the police officers and the firemen having opportunities when they're not on duty to practice, get everybody together, and then both teams trying to win and peak at the right time?
Yeah, you know, they, of course, they have the day-to-day jobs that they've got to deal with, but through either taking time off or just being in their off time, they schedule their practices. My team has been practicing 2 to 3 days a week since the end of January. They take it seriously. I know the firemen are doing the same, and it is not a lot of people say it looks more like a semi-pro football game than it does just some cops and firemen playing football.
Yeah, Steve Grais is our guest, president of the Metro Police Union. The police are going up against the firemen. So that's typically what is the background of the players on this team? A little high school, maybe a college player here or there. Well, how do you know when you put a team together if one player's better than the other and maybe another guy's going to have to be a reserve?
So first, our head coach of the team is a former SWAT operator. He's a current sergeant, Raman Willis, but he actually played for the Baltimore Ravens.
Wow.
And so he knows what he's looking at. He knows what he's doing. Our guys are typically mid to high level Division II, Division I players. Not very many, only high school players. We actually have a couple that spent some time in the NFL. So we have a legitimate program and a legitimate team that runs efficiently like a pro team would.
Let me know also about the charity goal here. I know you're looking to set it higher, aiming to raise $250,000. In any way we can help by having a conversation with you or getting the word out on social media. That's a big number, a generous number here as people are coming together at Bishop Gorman in a great venue.
You know, it's one of the things that we're very blessed and grateful to have is the community partnerships. Mm-hmm. Whether it be the Raiders, the Golden Knights, Stacia Casinos, UFC, there's so many people that are involved with this that we want to raise money for our charity, but not on the backs of the community. And so the game itself, at 4:00, we open our first ever family fun zone. We'll have jump houses, face painters, balloon animal artists, you name it, we'll have it. We want them to come out and have a good time for free. The game is free to attend. If people want to buy a VIP ticket, the VIP ticket this year is amazing. Click Hospitality has taken over the VIP. We'll have food from Mijo, Mexican restaurant, Battaglia, Italian restaurant, tailgate socials. It's just amazing what we've worked out with our partners so that the community can just come and have fun and not have to worry about spending a dime unless they wanted to. We have challenge coins for sale that we just started this year. So there's a lot going on, but the community partners are the ones getting us to that goal.
Awesome, Steve. I just think this is a great event. My son's graduating from college this weekend, so I'll be out of town. So let everybody know again what time the game is, when to get there. You talked about gates opening up early, the cooperation of the partnership, we have it here. But I want to make sure our entire audience who's listening in the Valley understands that this is so good. It's not entertaining. It's real sports between police and firemen who desperately both want to win the game. So you're going to see a great game and then have an opportunity to make new friends. And I'm sure after the game, you guys all have it, hug it out and have some beverages. What's that like?
Absolutely. You know, once the game is over, our guys realize we're first responders and we work for the community, and whatever animosity is on the field is left there. And we go back, and some of these guys will see each other that very evening or maybe the next morning on a call for service. And so the rivalry ends and the partnership picks right back up where it's supposed to.
Awesome. Thank you, Steve. We'll get the word out, and I appreciate talking to you every year through Teao. Thanks for doing this.
Thank you so much, sir. We appreciate you.
You got it. Steve Grais, the president of the Metro Police Union. The coach played for the Ravens. I mean, this is no joke, everybody. And our good friend George Maloof is behind this, and George has been with us for a long time as a friend. So I would be there. I would be there if I wasn't out of town. I would expect everybody to try to go see this and enjoy what's going to go down here. That's a lot of fun to watch the police and the firemen get after it. Incredible. And that'll be at Bishop Gorman. We're usually around 7 o'clock at night with the sun setting and the backdrop of the mountains. Beautiful venue. Everybody's going to have a good time. I'm back on the radio, everybody. No more interviews the rest of the way. Let's get the phones going. Let's wake some people up. It's Raiders rookie mini camp tomorrow. Other than Ashton Genty, who's the rookie that you'd go out and buy a jersey or you think is going to have the biggest season in that rookie class? There are 10 other rookies not named Ashton Genty and a whole bunch of signed undrafted players, which I have a feeling this is going to be a really interesting year for that. I wouldn't be surprised if we're sitting here during not only training camp, but we get to the preseason games, and you're going to see a bunch of undrafted guys who are playing at a very high level, at a tremendously high level. I mentioned Aaron Rodgers before our guest that he is not deciding yet on who he's going to want to play for. We played this sound from Tom Brady in the first hour. We have a new audience in hour number 2. Tom Brady was on a podcast, asked about Shedeur Sanders and why he dropped so far.
Elephant in the room, Shedeur Sanders. What happened, Tom? Why did he go so late in the draft?
It's a good question. I wasn't a part of any evaluation process or
Skip Bayless says otherwise.
No. Well, everyone's got that's the problem with media is everyone can just say whatever they want. I actually texted Shedeur because I know him very well. And I said, dude, like whatever happens, wherever you go, that's your first day. Day 2 matters more than the draft. I was 199.
Yeah.
So who could speak on it better than me? Like what that really means. Use it as motivation. You're going to get your chances. Go take advantage of it.
I love that, what he said. Tom Brady reminded everybody that he was 199. And I've always said this about Tom Brady, and it was all due respect. If the Patriots wanted him so bad at 199, they would have traded up to 192 to get him. Yeah. Right? If they were nervous of losing him, they would have moved up. Tom Brady ended up being a Patriot and became the most impactful football champion ever. And now he's a part of the Raider organization. And he just said he was not a part of the evaluating process. That's coming from Tom Brady, not me or anybody else. He said it. I was not part of the evaluation process. That surprised me a bit because I thought he was. I thought the evaluation of quarterbacks is one of his strengths, getting his eyes on that. But he wasn't. He said that about Shedeur, but he knows Shedeur well. So Shedeur Sanders now, as he dropped, is a big-time deal. We mentioned the NBA. Oklahoma City ended up winning their game. They blew out Denver. So OKC, we've been the best team in basketball all year. They got an easy game. They covered big and went over the number. This was a blowout.
Rizwan Jang rebounds. Staccato applause breaks out at Paycom Center. The Thunder have even this best of 7 Western Conference semifinal series emphatically in game 2, 149-106, and historic Thunder explosion escorts Denver out of town for game 3 in the Mile High City on Friday.
Yeah, that was a pretty big deal. Nikola Jokic, after the game, was asked about Scott Foster, the longtime NBA rep that was out for a while due to an injury, came back. He and Westbrook were getting after it again. Jokic fouling out. They wanted to get the starters out of the game.
You obviously had a lot to say to Scott Foster after that 5th foul.
I was just asking. I didn't say nothing. I think I just said I can ask questions.
And I think Russ got a technical earlier in the game too. I think he came over. It looked like he was defending you sort of after Jalen Williams.
Yeah, of course. I mean, Russ is a great teammate. He's always going to be there, and it's always a reaction, So he reacted, and he got a technical. Is it? How to say? Did he deserve it or not? That's not my to talk.
You don't hear Nikola Jokic speak much. I wanted to play that. He's the best player in the world. He could win the MVP this year. I think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander's going to get it, but his numbers are staggering. And I never thought that he would be better than Shaq. He is. Shaq was more dominant. Of course, Tiger Woods was more dominant than Jack Nicklaus. Jack Nicklaus has more wins. Shaq's got more rings than the Joker, but the Joker's triple doubles and what he does with assists, it just makes him better than Shaq. Shaq was dominant. He could make a move and rip down a backboard. He couldn't hit free throws. He couldn't hit jump shots. Shaq couldn't make a jump shot. 10 feet. Never. And this guy, the Joker's behind the three-point line, consistently knocking him down. It's incredible what we see here. And Steph Curry's calling it a gut punch for those Warrior fans who are out there You're a Warrior fan. You got to be thinking, what's going to happen now? This is a really unique topic because the Warriors are up 1-0. He just called it a gut punch, said that he has to be careful and can't rush his comeback given the tricky nature of hamstring injuries. Quote, this is new. And from all that I'm learning about how quickly you can get back, there has got to be a healing process. He said that at Warriors shoot-around earlier today. That's brand new news. He says you can't accelerate it more than what it's telling you. So it'll be one of those after a week, really reevaluating every day to understand when it's safe to even think about playing, let alone how much he can push it. So they're not even thinking about bringing Steph Curry back at all. And that's going to be interesting here because Curry is out through at least game 4. That means he could play game 4 of the Western Conference semis, but he'll be reevaluated after the game. Game 5 is, so he's done, through at least game 4. I didn't know that, Bobby. So he's going to miss game 2, 3, and 4. He'll be reevaluated and could come back in game 5, 8 days after the injury. Then there's a 3-day break before game 6, if necessary. So, wow, all the Warriors really have to win is one more game because he's going to miss. He's not going to play till game 5 if he does. And, he's going to miss the next 3. If the Warriors get 1, it's tied at 2. I think they'll be okay. I really do. And, Bobby, I haven't got your comment on your Celtics here after watching what you saw last night. I don't know how much you watched it. I know you got a game tonight with the Vegas Golden Knights, but that was just –
I watched a little of it.
I mean, just for you, I know your background with this team and going to the old Garden. What do you think after they missed 75 out of 100 threes?
I have been saying this to anybody that will listen to me since last November. Live by the 3, die by the 3. You guys get freaked out because they blow a 20-point lead. I've seen them do that a half a dozen times in the regular season. I've seen them blow a 26-point lead.
Yeah,
when these guys get up and they start chucking up the threes and stuff, fine, whatever. That's their bread and butter, whatever. But the problem is that when they're not hitting, they keep chucking the damn things. Right. They don't go inside. Nobody thinks to drive inside. If the ball goes inside the paint, it gets passed back out to the 3.
It's amazing if you ever coach the little kids, the little boys and girls, the 8-year-olds, and there's always a ball hog. And that's not wrong. The one kid's a lot better than everybody else. So when you're 8 or 9 years old, there's some phenom girl or boy out there that just takes every shot. And the parents sit there in the bleachers and they go, I want my kid to get the ball. Yeah. Well, your kid isn't as good as the kid who's scoring all the points, but they're kids and they can understand that. And it's the job of the coach of the 8 and 9-year-olds to say, time out. Susie, come here. Jimmy, come here. You're better than everybody. Stop shooting. Everybody else wants to touch the ball. That's what I do when I watch a Celtic game. They just keep shooting threes and no one says a word. The coach doesn't go timeout because they have something called timeouts.
Yeah.
And he doesn't call a timeout and say, hey, we can't make a 3. Let's change it. And he doesn't do any of that.
But that's the problem. See, the Celtics at their best, they're moving the ball around. Right. It's like everybody in the team is touching that ball at least once per play. If they're driving up and then they pass one pass and then the guy chucks up a 3, that's what I watched like half of yesterday.
Right. And I always tie this back to the Raiders. What fascinates me and bothered me about the Raiders through a couple of coaches recently, would be that the Raiders are down 10. It's the 3rd quarter and there's 6 minutes left and they're taking a full huddle. Yeah. And I'm like, wait a second. You're not that good to begin with. You're down 10. You have the ball and you're taking 35 seconds off the clock to run it up the middle. Yeah. I'm like, what are you doing? That's going to change with Pete Carroll and Chip Kelly. Oh, yeah. They're going to be hustling more and the plays are going to get in faster. And Gino, because of his veteran experience, is going to be able to decipher the defense, switch out of the play, switch into a better one, and run a play better. How about that? I took it from the Celtics missing 75 threes to Gino and Chip and Pete picking up the pace. Probably my biggest hot button that I bring to the postgame show is when I'm sitting there, I put the headset on, Jason Horowitz leaves, Lincoln leaves. Before that, it was Brett Musburger. And sit around and go, I'm about to do a 90-minute postgame show with urgency. Mm-hmm. And the team just played without urgency. And the offensive coordinator sitting on the other side of the glass of me. That's got to change this year.
I have listened to that for at least 4 years now.
It's a broken record.
It's almost as much as with the Kansas City Chiefs and the Misdirection.
Not misdirection or not guarding Kelsey. All that's going to change here under John Spytek, Pete Carroll, Chip Kelly, everybody, because they know this. They're used to a brand of Super Bowls. Howie Roseman's lieutenant came over, newest member of the Raiders. Look forward to meeting him and a lot more to get to. I'm going to dive back into the NBA because I can't get a hockey call. I was going to give away a $50 gift card. I'm going to give it to the receptionist. I'm dead serious. I'm going to bring it to the receptionist because I can't get a Golden Knight fan on the night of a game. Thank God I did not put my soul into the hockey channel here. So we're going to get back into the NBA. I'm excited about the Knicks. I got opinions on the Warriors, and we'll get that going. And some new sound coming in here. New Pope Leo. That's a good thing. And a good night tonight. I'll be down at the Fortress. Hope to see you there. If you're going to the game tonight, it's a 6:30 puck drop. So get there a little bit early, especially with traffic. All right, everybody. We'll see you later. See you later today. I was kind of a bitch and kind of whiny today. I know that, so I'm going to go throw some water on my face and be better tomorrow. Appreciate all of you. Thank you so much for listening and watching. All the bricklayers.